The name Weems is synonymous with excellence, which is reflected in the quality of art and standard of customer service you'll find when you step inside Albuquerque's most popular art gallery. And this morning, we'd like to welcome Ann Weems, the owner of Weems Galleries and Framing. And we talk about this being Albuquerque's most popular art gallery, and that is for so many reasons.
Well, Kristen, I think it's only because I've survived. I have survived. You know, it's 30 years old.
Right.
And I'm the last standing gallery owner. And so that is, they just give us that title because they go, okay, longevity. You know, you're old.
You're old.
Yes, you're old. You get to have some kudos because you've remained on the scene for so many years.
But you're great too, and you have some really good stuff.
We have wonderful artists.
You do, and you
do.
have some A-list celebrity artists that I really want to talk about.
Now, what's fun is we could talk about the gallery and art forever, because art is, you know, there's more artists per capita in the state of New Mexico than any state in the country.
Wow.
So we are blessed with a phenomenal amount of artists.
But there's so much inspiration here, I think, in New Mexico.
There is. They come, they stay, you know, starting with Georgia O'Keeffe, and they never leave. But what is fun right now that we're getting ready, because it's fall, we're starting to get ready, are the arts and crafts fairs. Okay, so Artfest, which is going to be celebrating its 29th year, will be coming in November. And probably the most asked question is the celebrities. Celebrity artists. You know, and why did you start having celebrity artists, and who's coming?
How did that happen? Who's been here?
Well, it's interesting. We are a very fortunate city because we have a plethora of arts and crafts fairs, and they're all very good fairs. You know, very. But how do you separate out when you have an arts and crafts fair every other weekend? Right. Well, several years ago, we were working with Children's Hospital at the time. Art Fest is different, but it's not the one during the Balloon Fiesta. It's not during the summer, even though people confuse them all. Right. And it's a combination of all the fairs together. Like, if you missed Indian Market, you'll see the top Indians at Artfest. Wow. If you missed Hispanic Market, you'll see the top Hispanic artists. And
so you're going to get a mix then, and
well, it's phenomenal. Right. And then, like gallery artists. A gallery artist don't do arts and crafts fairs except for Artfest. They do one show a year, Artfest.
And you're the one who started it.
Well, I with other people. You don't give me all the credit.
You can't take all of it.
Don't ever give me all the credit. There are too many people. You know, Lori Fernandez, there was just a tremendous amount of people.
There's a big effort.
Yes, it really is. And the community. Anyway, so we started Artfest. And so, but it was getting confused. And if you're an art expert, you'll recognize the names we have in Artfest as gallery artists who don't do shows. And that's what makes it so much fun, because you get to meet these artists in a much more relaxed environment than in, say, a gallery where it's a little stiff. Exactly. Okay, but so all of these shows are going on. And we're going, okay, how do we separate out? Well, Children's Hospital at the time had great contacts with celebrity artists. And so we went, okay, let's bring in a celebrity artist. Yeah. Very first one, Anthony Quinn. No way. Anthony Quinn comes. He's a phenomenal artist. He's 6'4". Oh my He walks in the room, and I can remember my heart. Now, you're young. But I grew up with Anthony Quinn. So did many of our customers. And so I'm looking at this larger than life, and he has that voice. That incredible voice, and he does phenomenal art. And that begins the process. And people are just like in awe. It was so fun. We went to dinner, and I am on the arm of Anthony Quinn. We're going to the Hilton. And this is so cute, because it is older person's bus tour. You know, older, like over, you all would say over 50. Yeah, I'd say over 60. Anyway, and all these people are staring because he's so tall, he's so noticeable, and they're going, Anthony Quinn, that's Anthony Quinn. And here I am on his arm, and we were sitting and having dinner, and he is sitting just there, and I'm sitting here like this as we're eating, and and he's talking. He's talking about his life. And I'm sitting here going, I'm sitting with Anthony Quinn.
Unreal.
I am actually sitting with Anthony Quinn. You know, it was very hard not to be a groupie.
I bet. I bet.
It really was.
That's kind of how I'm probably going to be when you get some of the other people you're going to be getting
our
in
announcement
soon.
this year.
But before we get to that, I wanted to talk about, too, you're speaking of voices, and his voice, another female husky voice, famous.
Lauren Bacall.
Exactly.
Oh, now, see, I had a ball with Lauren Bacall. Now, she was a typical New Yorker.
She was.
She was. I have to tell you. I got along with her great. I mean, I don't know why, but she was hilarious. She was a shopaholic. Shopaholic. And so this is how we did Art Fest. I walked behind her with a receipt pad, and she literally, she would walk into booths and she'd go, I want that, and I'm going, oh, okay, Miss
Oh my
McCall,
gosh.
okay, Miss McCall. And, you know, and literally from booth to booth.
Wow.
She was so funny. She had, but do you know what was fascinating about Lauren Bacall?
What?
That she would talk. She said, you know, she was there with Bogey. I mean, that was, I mean, think about all the, and she talked about Katharine Hepburn.
Oh my
and
gosh,
Elizabeth Taylor, and all these people who were in the 40s and 50s. And, you know, and again, staring at her. And she's she's 5'11". So she was also larger than life, but she was very, very funny. And I've seen her on things since, you know, including the Oscars. You know, that's what's been fun, is when you see them on the Oscars and you go, God, I was with her, you know, and got to talk to her at length.
That is so neat.
Oh, it was. And this is a good example of Lauren Bacall, just real quickly. Okay, she's getting ready to leave, and I have to admit, I was rather exhausted, you know, from going around going, I
can imagine.
and I go, Miss McCall, it was such a wonderful thank you so much. And she went, are you not going with me to the airport? And I went,
wow.
Well, I hadn't thought about it. And she said, well, excuse me, I expect you to go with me to the airport.
Oh, well, by all means.
And so I will go to the airport with you. And so we went to the airport.
Okay.
But it was fun, because then she would get into stories.
Right. Oh,
so
that is so cool. So many celebrities. And this year at Art Fest, this is the big one for all of you.
No, real quickly.
Okay, we have another one.
Well, we have several.
Oh, I'm sure there's.
But I know you don't have enough time. But because I'm sitting with you, the one that was absolutely the sweetest, which is a connection to this year's, was Bo Derek.
Bo Derek.
Now, this was fun with Bo Derek, because a friend of mine at Art Fest always lets me know when the celebrity has actually arrived.
Right.
And so we call it the eagle has landed, you know, off the president. So I'm in the booth waiting, and over the intercom comes the eagle has landed. And so I'm looking around for Bo Derek. You know, and I'm expecting, I don't know if you saw 10, you probably too are too young, but I expect this 6'1", and I'm looking around like this, and all of a sudden right in front of me is you. Let's just put it this way.
So she must be short.
She's 5'1".
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going, oh my God. Well, I'm delighted. She's gorgeous like you.
Oh,
she looks
you.
very much like you.
Oh, I wish I could look like her.
Well, you do. And anyway, she's 5'1". And for those of us who had seen 10, you know, expecting this incredibly tall woman, of course she was with Dudley Moore, who was 4'2". Oh, well, so that's
there you go.
That's
the
why.
Was. Right, and now she's the connection to a 6 foot, is it 6 foot?
6'5".
Oh my gosh. All right, tell everybody, because this is so exciting for me and so many women.
For women.
Yes.
Okay, although it was funny for me, but Bo Derek loved Art Fest so much, and she showed her photography there, that she encouraged, and I remade friends with her. Now this is what's fun, is, you know, we continue relationships many times after the fact. And she went, I have a friend who I think you possibly might like having at Art Fest. And although he is an actor, and he's a very fine musician, he has his own band, and we're going to try to encourage him maybe to get on stage and do a little strumming. But he is also now developing into a very fine artist.
An artist.
Now, to tweak the little interest here, Northern Exposure. Sex in the City.
Sex in the City, that's the one, yes.
Sex and the City, and how about John Corbett?
John Corbett, so excited. He is going to be here for Weems Artfest, International Artfest, November 4th through the 6th. John Corbett, of course, you probably remember him. I remember him as Aiden, of course, from Sex and the City. So excited. So he's going to have artwork there.
And he will be there the whole weekend.
And he will be there the whole weekend. So people can
and
actually...
And this is the first time people are going to get to see his paintings.
And this is the first time?
First time.
Okay.
Yes, and he'll be there all weekend. Well, and you'll be one of the first introductions.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
I can't wait. This is going to be so exciting. Of course, we'll keep you up to date on everything and have more information on our website at casa.com. Thank you so much for coming in this morning. It was a great time.
It was my pleasure.
All right. Well, everything is just peachy around here, and we're baking peach cobbler with the gang from Tim's Place.
Do I
That's
get to
next.
have some?
Yeah, of course. Stick around.